In recent developments, the escalating crisis between Iran and Israel threatens to ignite a full-scale regional conflict, with both sides engaged in a perilous cycle of retaliation. The conflict, initially sparked by a brutal Hamas attack on Israel on October 7, 2023, has now reached a critical juncture, underscoring the dire need for diplomatic intervention to prevent further devastation. The initial attack by Hamas, which breached Israel's heavily fortified Gaza fence, resulted in the deaths of over 1,200 people, primarily civilians, and the abduction of 251 others. In response, Israel's military campaign in Gaza has been equally devastating. As of mid-August 2024, Palestinian officials report that around 40,000 people have been killed in Gaza, with a significant portion of the casualties being women and children. The scale of this tragedy has been exacerbated by the dire humanitarian situation, including the recent identification of a polio case, highlighting the severe consequences of the ongoing blockade and conflict. The situation is further complicated by the involvement of external actors. Iran, a key supporter of Hezbollah in Lebanon, has issued threats of further escalation. This has heightened fears that the conflict could expand beyond Gaza, potentially involving Iran directly. Iranian decision-makers are facing pressure to respond assertively to Israeli actions, which could lead to a broader and more destructive regional war. Recent events have intensified the situation. Israel's targeted assassinations of key Hamas leaders, including Ismail Haniyeh, and ongoing military operations in Gaza and Lebanon, have been aimed at dismantling the organization and bolstering domestic support for the Israeli government. However, these actions have only served to escalate the conflict and complicate efforts to negotiate a ceasefire. In the midst of this turmoil, international calls for restraint and peace have been voiced, notably by British Foreign Secretary David Lammy and French counterpart Stéphane Séjourné. Both have urged Iran and Israel to de-escalate and seek a resolution through dialogue. Yet, historical patterns suggest that such appeals often fall on deaf ears, as both sides have demonstrated a tendency to escalate rather than negotiate. The broader implications of the current crisis are profound. The continued violence not only undermines prospects for a lasting peace, but also risks drawing in other regional players and exacerbating the humanitarian catastrophe in Gaza. The cycle of violence, marked by retaliatory strikes and strategic miscalculations, threatens to spiral out of control. The international community must act decisively to address the root causes of the conflict and facilitate negotiations that can lead to a sustainable resolution. It is crucial to break the cycle of retaliation and work towards a comprehensive peace that addresses the needs and security concerns of all parties involved. In summary, the situation between Iran and Israel is at a critical juncture, with the potential for a wider conflict looming. The global community's role in mediating and de-escalating the situation is more important than ever to prevent further loss of life and ensure regional stability. Stay subscribed for more videos.